Okay, welcome to the Let's Enjoy Piano Self-Expression Method. If you don't have the book, pick up a copy at the website let'senjoypiano.com. It's an innovative method for developing self-expression, improvising, composing, jamming, accompaniment, and it's a toolbox for working off the sheet music of your choice, from basic, intermediate, and some advanced harmony situations as well. So check that out. If you have the book, you can look at the 7-chord layout, page 20, different chords, 7-chord progressions, major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7. Extension chords as well. So, Ribbon in the Sky, I'll play a little and we'll break it down. It's written in the key of E flat minor. I've written in the key of D minor. It's easier to improvise on. And for basic learning, it makes a lot of sense. It's a half step lower than the original key. So here we go. So let's break this down. It's very free. You don't have to do the same thing twice. Basic melodies right on, but the improvisation section, you can do it very freely, even the song itself. The D minor 7 chord is based on the 4 skips, D, F, A, C. Same thing, match position I call it, D, F, A, C, D, F, A, C. D minor plus the 7, which is 1 step below the octave. D minor chord plus the 7. Now, if you're really beginning, you don't know your chords, go to Learn 36 Chords in 5 Minutes, one of my videos, and I break down the majors, the minors, and the diminished chords. As long as you know the triad, you can add in the 7, which is 1 step below the octave. D minor 7. Same thing, E minor 7. And then a slash chord, which is on page 34 if you have the book. Left hand bass note, right hand triad or 7 chord. And that happens to be the lowest note is A, the highest note is B. So that's really an A9 chord. The full A9 chord would be, but this is kind of what I call a false A9. E minor over A. And it's written, it looks like this. There's your D minor 7, E minor 7, and your slash chord, which is a E minor triad over an A bass note. And that gives you the 9 or the 11, a lot of times the 11 chord, E minor 7 off the 5th. Here's A, C is your 3rd, this is the 5th. And you build a minor 7 chord off the 5th to get an extension chord. So here's the introduction. there's an introduction to the song, and you can, we don't have that written down here, but it's the same chords, but you kind of just play a little melody off to the side. And then you go into the song. And the verse is same chords, but then they add, the melody goes from the D minor 7 chord, you kind of lean on the B, C, and right into the D of the E minor 7 chord. And then into the extension. That's repeated, and the next line. Now we have a skip, because it goes into an extension chord, A minor 7 with a D bass. So the chorus is A minor 7 with a D bass. So that's really a D extension. It's a D11 chord. The lowest note is D, the highest note is G. If you take my word for it, that's 11 letters from D to G. But it's easier to remember A minor 7 over D. And that's the extension chord, D11. Now when you get to the C note, that's a D minor 7 over G, which is a G11 chord. And then you have, stay right on the D minor, make a D minor octave, and a B flat bass note. And if you know, if you studied the book on plurality, in my plurality chapter, you know a major 7 chord is a half step from the octave, B flat to B flat. The A is the major 7 note, and the minor is the top part of the major 7. The 7 chords have 4 notes. Play your B flat, add in your major 7, and you'll notice you have a D minor as the top part of the B flat major 7. So a major 7 has a minor chord in there. Just like the opposite, a minor 7 chord. Here's the A minor 7. That's a C. And A minor 7 has a minor 7 has a major inside. So there's a major 7 has a minor 7 has a major. That's all on page 61 and 62. If you look at that, 29B also has a summary of that as well, if you have the book. Okay, so we're at the A minor 7 with the D. That's the title of the song, Ribbon in the Sky. And there's D minor 7 with the G. Then a B flat major 7 with a D minor, you're right there. And then he goes into the G as a resolution, because he's heading back to the D chord, that D to G, that 5-to-1 relationship, 4 to 1, 5 to 1. So that's resolves, and now he starts again. But instead of going into the, but he has lyrics, he goes into the song and he sings the other lyric. Then he goes into the, he does a kind of a scat, where he goes do 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 do, and then he follows that one on the piano, do 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 do, which is a D Dorian scale. The same chords, but a D Dorian scale. You take the major scale and you flat the 3rd and the 7th, so you get a D scale on the white keys, which is called a D Dorian. Or another easier way to think of it, you take the scale of the chord or of the key one step below. So one step below D minor is C, and the C scale is all white notes. So you take D to D, and that's the D Dorian. You take the scale from a step below, and you have And that goes nicely with D minor 7 and an E minor 7. And he just kind of fiddles with that, takes part of it, goes up, goes down, breaks it up, goes up the octave. Takes little parts of the scale, breaks intervals up, and there's a page in the book which making fills, improvisation, and different ideas. That's called Decisions, page 80B, and it goes through direction of your hands and distance between intervals to be aware of repeats. Next door neighbor, skips, leaps. So they're making decisions on creating chord progressions, melodies, fills, and improvisational effects, or interpretation effects, which lead to improvisation effects. So that's 80B if you have the book. And if you want any online lessons, just look me up. Let's Enjoy Piano, email at let'senjoypiano.com, and we can set some up. You want a couple lessons here and there, or if you want some steady lessons, that's great. Okay, so that's the Dorian mode, and you kind of break up the pattern. And then get back to the chorus. So the last part again is the chorus part, A minor 7 / D, D minor 7 / G, which is D11, D minor 11, D11, G11 to B flat major 7 to G7. But this little fine here, he puts two major 7s together. It's D major 7. So he goes right at the end of the song. And that's the title, Ribbon in the Sky. Beautiful movement from the common tone of D minor and the octave. The common tone is the D and the A, and he pivots on that and he makes it major and makes the major 7. The C sharp is 1/2 step away from the octave, so that's the major 7 of D. So just when you think you're ending in, goes into beautiful movement. So at the end, I'm sorry. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. It's a great tune to have some fun with. It's very common song these days. Wedding song, people dance to it, they get married to it, and it's a great hallmark of all the songs of American popular music. And Stevie Wonder is one of the great composers of all time. And the simple things sometimes are the greatest things. And you can see it's very laid out simply, but it really is very effective. So enjoy it. If you have any questions or you want to take some online lessons, look me up. And have a good time and enjoy Ribbon in the Sky. Very good. Thank you very much. I hope that helps you out, and I'll see you next time. Take care.